Asuwaju cannot even decipher. He cannot. When I was speaking, I sat with him for 2 hours. Most of the time he was sleeping. You ask him questions on this, and he's talking completely different from the topic that you are discussing. So how on earth, what is wrong with Nigerians? What is it that you'll benefit personally for you to sacrifice over 200 million people?
Now, wow, after all the stress of Nigeria youth and all, Bola Ahmed Tinubu wants to be our president. Imagine.
We had a lot of issues with INEC. Imagine things like ink not being available. Yet, citizens were ready to provide and ensure that we had a peaceful, free and fair, credible election. But now we have a lot of things going on. Results are not uploading, most especially the presidential result. INEC must not in any way disenfranchise the people. We have worked hard, we have suffered for years in this country, and people are coming out to do what is most legitimate, and that is to vote in those that will represent them. This issue where we are having problems, presidential results are not uploading, INEC must not in any way whatsoever try to disenfranchise the people. INEC must not in any way whatsoever be used to steal the mandate of the people. This is a stern warning to INEC. Do your job and do it diligently and very well. The people that are there that INEC didn't bring materials to them, a lot of people, even though it's not, they are still there at the polling units. They must be allowed to vote, every one of them. We have seen videos, INEC has been tagged, videos where voters were being oppressed and suppressed from voting, being told that if you are not going to vote a certain party, that they cannot exercise their franchise. That is voter suppression, and it must not be allowed to happen. INEC must do the needful. INEC must ensure that the results, the way the people voted and signed for, that is the way it will be passed and uploaded onto the server. Nobody must be disenfranchised. INEC should be mindful and do the needful. This is business unusual. We will not continue and wait and allow the suffering of the people where they have come and exercise their mandate. That mandate is stolen away from them. INEC, wake up to your responsibilities. INEC, you have a constitutional duty to provide the enabling environment for free, fair, credible election, one that must be seen to be free, fair, and credible election. And for that, for those agents, security agents that sat down and looked the other way, why thugs came to oppress people, they need to be brought to us.
This is confirmed that these ballot papers were snatched.
Hey God, why? See Labour Party, they don't
look at them, you
throw
can
it.
see the top print.
They snatch it and throw it
A
away.
clearer picture of them being abandoned on top earlier on. If they can use that as well. So this is what was found behind the building, just 3 blocks away.
Is that office open?
Yeah, it was.
Is it open or is it still closed? Do you see any INEC officials?
It is up. If you heard me ask earlier, the INEC chairman is here to speak to us. We followed him into his office, come and speak to us. He's refusing to say anything. He called security forces around him. So he's yet to say any word. I don't know whether it's tension or he's ignoring us. So we're waiting outside until we get him to address the crowd here and know what exactly is happening here in the CC Road, GRA, Warri of Delta State.
Hello, my people. You see, they have robbed us again. You see, I said it before that Nigeria is always taking us southeast out of the record, and you guys think I'm joking? This is election that people did. We saw millions of Nigeria online coming out to vote for Peter Obi, and now it's becoming as if Tinubu is going to be the next president of Nigeria. Yes, because he's not Igbo. They are afraid to give it to Igbo people. You see, after all the stress, all the hard work of Peter Obi has been a good governor. Peter Obi built Anambra State. When Peter Obi was there, there's insecurity in Anambra. Now there's no insecurity anymore in Anambra State. Look the way they are killing people there and there in Anambra State now. Now Peter Obi wants to come back as to be our president, to come and salvage what has been wrong. You know, I know people doesn't know that the reason why they are not going to give P2B that seat, because they know that when P2B come there, a lot of them are going to prison. They know that when P2B come there, their crime will be reduced. They know that when P2B come there, there will be accountability. They put Tinubu there because they know Tinubu is no more LD. Tinubu is no more LD anymore. They can manipulate Tinubu, but they know that when they put Peter Obi there, they will never manipulate Peter Obi. Igbo people doesn't carry last, you know that. So you see what they did. What they did. For the fact I'm not even in Nigeria, I could not even sleep because I know the stress and pain that the people are going through in Nigeria right now. I know the stress and the pain that people have gone through to do this election. I know how people went through. I watched each time I monitored the election online, see what was going on in the voting units. Many voting units, a lot of things went wrong. A lot of things. A voting unit in Edo, a lot of things went wrong. A voting unit in Orile Igomu, something went wrong. I saw everything. I was seeing it online everywhere. I could not post all this video here because because of YouTube community guidelines, I could not post a lot of things. We are being limited to what we can post here. But you see, after all the stress that the people went through, Nigeria youth said they wanted Peter Obi. Everyone, even people, there's a lot of people that have never voted in their life. They will come out to vote Peter Obi. But at the end of it, the election has been ring again. At the end of it, and INEC choose who they want to give the post because they wanted someone they will control, because they wanted someone they will put in their care and manipulate. So you see why Igbo people are not giving chance for more than how many years in Nigeria. You see why Igbo people are not giving chance for more than how many years in Nigeria. Imagine, so long time it is. Now, when we come, you said one Nigeria. Does one Nigeria really exist in Nigeria? This is question I'm going to ask people. Don't you think that the election was fair enough for Peter Obi? What you think that the election that Peter Obi people voted, was it accounted for? Do you think the INEC do you think the INEC defend the voters choice? This is all question I want to leave for Nigeria to answer. Are you really sure that we are one Nigeria? Are you sure that the Southeast is a Nigerian like you? So that is what I want to know. You know, now it's becoming as if Tinubu is going to be the next president. I know they have not declared him, but as it is, because most of the places in the north carried that Tinubu win. How can Tinubu win in the north? Even the northern cities say they wanted Peter Obi. How can Tinubu win in the north? A lot of people say they wanted Peter Obi. We saw crowds. We saw millions of people come out online and said they wanted Peter Obi because they want a change. I know the Kabab will not put Peter Obi there because they cannot work with Peter Obi, because they know Peter Obi is very intelligent. They know that a lot of them are going to prison when Peter Obi come there. So they will not. They prefer the one that is committing crime. They prefer the one that they said he has a market issue. You see, we pray that God continue to protect the Igbo people in Nigeria. Are we really one Nigeria? This is what I want to know. Are we really one Nigeria? People have votes. Yes, a lot of youth come together from all tribes. They come together to vote Peter Obi. But did their votes count? This is what we want to ask. Did INEC make their vote count? Is INEC accountable for the vote people vote? Did they give accountability for the people? No, they did not. They prefer their own choice. The youth say they are tired of slavery. The youth say they are tired of oppression. The youth say they are tired of the poverty in Nigeria. They are tired. And now comes another person called Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Imagine. Now comes another person. The person who only work in Nigeria was to bring thugs all over everywhere, collecting money everywhere in Lagos. I live in Lagos when I was young. I know the situation of Lagos. Okay, now this is the same person is coming to become president. What did Bola Ahmed Tinubu did when he was a governor of Lagos State? Marwa came and did better. Marwa came, he brought the Marwa keke, the tricycle. I still remember those days. So what did Bola Ahmed really did when he was a governor of Lagos State? I know a lot of people didn't know this because they are too young. I'm not a young child. I'm not a young woman. I know because I was there. I know it happened in my presence when Bola Ahmed was a governor in Lagos State. When Marwa came, Marwa make a lot of things easy. Even people had free education during Marwa time. You can check it out. I know a lot of people are not saying this. Now, this Bola Ahmed Tinubu they are bringing back to become Nigeria president. Our country that is with some 200 millions of people. Bola Ahmed Tinubu want to be a president to them. How can Bola Ahmed Tinubu fight the Boko Haram? How can Bola Ahmed fight the killing and kidnapping that is happening everywhere? How can Bola Ahmed Tinubu fight the killing in East? Because Eastern people have been killing Eastern people. Right now, people cannot even sleep in their houses in the East. And how can Bola Ahmed Tinubu fight this? A lot of houses in the East was burnt down recently. How can he fight this? Not only in the East, even after this election, a lot of shops in Lagos was burnt, was demolished because of they said the Igbo people voted Labour Party. Are we now going to be slave in Nigeria? We don't have a say. I pray God help us. Are we really want Nigeria? This is what I ask. Was the election fair enough to Peter Obi? Was it fair? I don't know. I leave you guys to answer this question. Let's say does really one Nigeria exist in Nigeria? Have the Igbo people be treated fair in Nigeria from 60s? I leave you to answer this question. Thank you. We remain your God, Joy 20 TV blog. I don't know much. I'm just being honest here. Thank you so much.